This is my husband making the bed. I can't stop laughing. Hi everyone, today I'm going to do a video on how I keep my place tidy. And just a disclaimer, I don't have any kids and I don't have any pets. If you have kids or pets, things might be a little bit different for you. These are just tips that have helped me maintain my place. The first thing I want to talk about is this book called The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. This is what the front cover looks like. And as the title says, this book has changed my life. I read it in grad school and it took me about a day because it's a really easy read. By the end of the day, I just went through my entire studio apartment at the time and I just got rid of anything that didn't spark joy. Pretty much the motto that I go by is keeping what matters to me. If I don't love it or I don't use it, I just get rid of it. So my first tip is to declutter. And the reason why I say this is because if you have a lot of stuff that you don't even like or you don't even use, it's just gonna sit there and collect dust. By having so much stuff that you just keep trying to organize, you're not gonna be able to maintain any tidiness around your house. So a very important point that I learned from the book I just talked about is to assign a place for everything in your house. And this may sound kind of crazy, but if you have a spot for everything and you put things back in that spot at all times, your place will not get messy, so you won't find yourself constantly having to organize your place. So the first thing that I do when I come home is I will put away my keys, my wallet, my sunglasses, and I'll take off my shoes and I'll put them away because Asian household. So if you first come home and you just drop everything off and then you go about your day, you are creating this mess that is just gonna sit there. So by coming home and putting things away immediately, I am just avoiding a mess to start with. So the same rule applies for pretty much everywhere in here, but I'll give you another example. Like when I am using a spice from my spice rack, I will put it back in the same spot once I'm done with it, because otherwise everything's just gonna get jumbled up in there and I'm just gonna have to keep reorganizing it. This way I completely avoid that. It's also a very easy tip for anyone who's, I guess, lazy, because you don't have to spend your time organizing all the time. You just put things back in that same spot. Another benefit to that is you always know where things are. For instance, my husband can scream out from the other room asking where something is, and I can tell him it's on the top shelf on the left side or something like that. So another tip that I have is to do a little bit of cleaning every single day. And I do not mean that I have any cleaning schedule like mopping on Mondays and wiping down counters on Tuesdays. I kind of just choose when to Swiffer the floors or to wipe down the counters as needed. And I find that doing just a little bit at a time, such as just today I will Swiffer the floors and that's it, then the task seems very small. And I'm more likely to do it because it won't take me any time at all. And then another day I'll do something else, like wipe down counters or clean part of the bathroom or something like that. So in other words, just breaking down the process of cleaning your home in a lot smaller increments, so then it just seems like it's something that's very easy to do. Like I would rather just Swiffer the floor right now than to clean the entire house all at once. Doing like a whole cleaning day is something that I will do once in a while, but I would just rather break it down into smaller pieces, especially if I'm just very busy. Another thing that I'm doing, let's say I'm hanging out at the couch and I have food in front of me and some cups. Before I just get up and walk away, I will just look around and see what I can pick up right then and there and take care of that. So I'll pick up my dishes and I'll wash them right away. And that's another tip that I have. If I have any dish, a single dish or a single fork or anything, I will wash it right then and there. I don't like for my dishes to pile up in a sink. That's always been a pet peeve of mine, even since I was like in elementary school and living with my parents. Another thing that I do is that I clear out my dishwasher every day. Clearing out my dishwasher has actually been part of my morning routine. So in place of an actual coffee maker, I have a French drip. While I pour the hot water and let it drip through, I do other tasks such as clearing out the dishwasher. So by making it part of your routine, it's just a lot easier to do because you do it without even thinking about it. So another thing that I do is I make my bed the first thing when I wake up in the morning. And if you watch a lot of these tidying videos, you probably hear that a lot. But when you first walk into a room, the first thing that you look at is the bed. So if the bed isn't made, I feel like it makes the room look a whole lot messier, but making the bed actually takes like a couple minutes, if that. And I feel like it starts off your day on a good note. Between my husband and I, it's obviously whoever wakes up later is the one who makes the bed, because it would be weird to make the bed when someone's still in it. Whenever my husband makes the bed, I just adjust it a little bit afterwards. Another tip that I have is trying to get whoever you live with on board, whether that be a significant other or just a roommate. I would try to get those people on board too, because if you are the only person who even cares about tidying up the place, then you will either one, drive yourself and others crazy, or you'll just give up altogether and your place will never be clean. My husband has slowly adapted some of these methods that I'm telling you about, and it helps to keep our place more neat and tidy. So that's pretty much all the tips that I have. This is how I maintain my place. If you watch my apartment tours, that is exactly how I keep my place pretty much at all times. I didn't have to clean up for that video, and also if I have any surprise guests out of nowhere, then I don't have to clean up for them either. I feel like when my place is nice and clean, my headspace is nice and clear too, because I would just be stressed out if my place was just messy all the time. So that's all of the tips that I have for you today. Thanks for watching. Bye!